All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig on the Kombat show. Once again, joining me is Ola, the co-host. Say hello to the people.
What's happening, people? Hope everybody's staying safe. Everybody's self-isolating where they should be. It's
Washing
probably
their
the
hands.
only exactly. It's probably the only bit that I'm going to say about the whole thing, because that's not what we're here to do. I have to check on your health. We love you guys, and we're back here to give you a little bit of what's going on in the combat world from our perspective, at least.
And sorry, literally, genuinely, for anyone watching, my fault we didn't have a show last week. I fully hold my hands up. Girlfriend distracted me completely. But if you knew what day it was last Saturday, you already know where I got. So there you go.
Yeah, man, these things happen, man. You know what I mean? We got a whole life apart from the life we spend on the screen. You know what I mean? So
there you go.
we have to make way for this kind of stuff. But we're back here. That's the main thing.
We back. And I ain't gonna lie, it's hard, if you are a sports YouTuber, life is hard because everything has come to a standstill because of the Rona. It has completely brought life to a standstill. And if you're a YouTuber, you're just trying to think of content to put out there. But we didn't want to not give you a show today, particularly in light of missing last week's show. I definitely wanted to make sure that we brought a show to you today. Big up to VP. I see you in the chat room, my bro. Thank you very much. And yes, please do hit a like as you come into the chat. You may notice Will Ed here. Will probably join us a bit later on. To be fair to Will, I straight up didn't even tell him that we're going to do a show. I completely forget he's our third guy now. So I always forget.
This is I mean, it kind of shot himself in the foot in the last show, did it? By telling everybody he's a United fan, trying to rub it in, and now football's dead. we can revive Will. We can revive him back.
I just like watching you two debate because I find it very interesting. Like you very much. I like this.
He's a jackass, but we do this on the day. We've been at it the whole day today, so that's a daily occurrence for us, man. You know what I mean? It's nothing.
Big up to everyone watching. I've literally just done a show on Goon Eagle Eye. In fact, I'm working so hard at the moment that tomorrow I'm giving you three reviews on my Chig Flick channel. So when I say man is working. Because I want to leave this weekend knowing I've given you solid content on every single channel. So that's my aim. So make sure you give all of them some love. So yeah, my show I literally just wrapped up just now was with Stel and Robbie. It was interesting talking about Liverpool and the Premier League. I've literally just asked Ola. I think he's kind of given a thumbs up, but he'll also be joining me and Lee on a podcast on Sunday evening where we're literally just going to kick it, talk about Arsenal.
You know the best shows are the random ones, isn't it?
And that's the thing. Whilst it always happens when me, Ola, and Lee kick it. The Domino's episode is the best episode. This is what we've always done. So,
that was done.
All right, let's talk some more MMA. Brother, I watched Johnny Walker get his ass whooped last weekend. What has happened to him?
I mean, it's a hype train that got stopped in its track, much like Liverpool. It's a sorry, I can't help myself. I can't. Well, they're not winning tomorrow, are they? They're not going to win next week, are they? So I can't help myself. When they come back, then yeah. But right now, they're not doing nothing. Anyway, it's a hype train that got halted. He's been halted in his tracks, and shout out to VP, man. I know you're a Liverpool fan. You want the thing to done, but right, I'm having fun with it. So, I can't. The way Johnny, I mean, Krylov is no slouch. It's no mug. The guy that he fought, it's not a dickhead. But at the same time, this is the guy that they before Corey Anderson, they saying one more fight, and you definitely got John Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was saying at the time, like, how are they talking about this guy and John Jones with Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes doing what they're doing, because they were on some major win streaks as well. But this guy just turned up, and now he's on a two loss run, and you got to think he has to reevaluate his whole strategy. For me, I just thought it got thrown up there too quick, too fast, and it's just he's still an exciting fighter, because we know he's got that one punch knockout power. We know, for Brasilia with jiu-jitsu and the rest of it, we know what he's capable of doing. But at the same time, I don't think we've seen enough of him for the hype that he's got. He reminds me a little bit, and I don't want to take nothing away from Darren Till, because everybody thinks like I was just. It reminds me a little bit of Darren Till, how he got pushed up there so quick, so fast, and
it's not even just that; it's the lack of plan B, like Darren Till. It's a lack of plan D. When he doesn't knock an opponent out, it's like he doesn't know what to do.
Look, there's fighters that's lived off of one knock, punch, just knocking people the fuck out, and there's no plan B. All they know how to do is knocking somebody out. Francis Ngannou is a very, very good example of that. Derek Lewis has lived off of that. There's nothing else, and Jeremy Stevens is another one. If you look at it like that, so there's just certain people. Conor McGregor, there's a lot of people that live off of just knocking people out. There's no other way of fighting. That's what they know how to do, and with him, he's just one of those, and he suffered a couple of losses when people have actually kind of made him the favorite to go and win the fight. I'm not sure whether it was the favorite in the last fight, but with the hype that he's come with, you'd almost put him up there, and to see him come back from the defeat from Corey Anderson. So, like I said, he needs to go back to the drawing board, try and work out, what he does next, where he goes next. Maybe choose a opponent a little bit lower down the pecking order, and then build and then build yourself back up, because that's what Dan Hooker's done. I know it's a different division, but that's what he's done. He's literally fought people from way down there and just leveled up. Volkanovski's done it. All these other fighters has had to do that and just leveled up, pick fighters from outside the top 10, maybe 2-3 fights, get a win streak going, then try and get in the top 10. Once you get in the top 10, get a couple of wins over top 10 guys, and that will shoot you to like number 6, where you can start knocking on the door of the gatekeeper and see what the gatekeeper has to offer, and see if you can get into the top 5, and then start looking at number 1 contender. And then that's how you build it. But Johnny Walker didn't really come in like that. He came in with a lot of hype. They tried to do that with Greg Hardy as well, if you remember. And then he had that situation where he knocked a guy out. He kicked a guy while he was grounded. He got disqualified from. Then there's this bit where it was doing an inhaler while he was, in his corner and all of that. Again, that got looked at. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because obviously you can get cardio advantage by doing that. Over your opponent. So I just think some of these fighters that come in with a big hype train behind them, they need to slow them down a little bit, let them earn their stripes properly, and then go from there. We see with any kind of, even football, how many times have we seen it? We see all these young players coming and they're hot, and we're saying, please don't hype them up too much, don't kill them out, because the hype and the kind of thrills they get in their head, it just, it gets too much where they can't really handle it, and they don't know what to do with it, and they just start fucking up. So for me, I think there's a fantastic fighter in there, a fantastic fighter. I just need, you know what I mean, to go back to the drawing board and pick his fight a little bit more carefully and build his way back up. And I think, you know, we're going to, he's so young, we're going to enjoy him for years to come.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just the case of, because what I think he's had 6, 7 career losses now. I think, you know, in boxing that would be a big disaster. But in MMA, you accept you're going to get a certain amount of losses. I think if I'm Dana White, I'm saying, all right, brother, let's pump the brakes. Now, I personally think the John Jones fight is over for him now. I think Jones would have long time either moved up or retired by the time Johnny Walker together, to be honest. But I think at the same time, like you say, I don't necessarily think he's I don't think he'll ever win the title personally. I don't think his game is rounded enough. But then again, I've said that about Till, and Till is one fight away from a title shot, apparently. So,
you know, the things change very, very quickly, especially in the MMA world. Like things change so quickly. I mean, two wins, like I said, 2 wins of somebody, two fighters in the top 10, and then you're knocking at the gatekeeper. It's just 2 wins. 2 wins can get you there, and then a win over the gatekeeper gets you into top 5, and then you start looking 2 wins over in top 5. You're looking at number 1 contender fight. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're there. So it's just something you have to build gradually, no rushing, try and get there when you can, but do it successfully. Everything has to be on point. So, you know, I wish him all the best. I like the guy. I haven't got nothing against the guy. I think there's an exciting fighter in there. I just think it's come too fast, too soon for him. And he just has to try and moonwalk a little bit, trace a step back, and find that missing mojo that I had before, and then use it in a few build-up fights, and he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back.
Agreed. Totally agree. Let's move on to a subject that I think most MMA fans are a bit nervous about talking about, and that is UFC 249. It seems like most other events around this thing, before this thing, have been cancelled. But when it comes to UFC 249, everyone is kind of holding their breath every time it's mentioned. We just want this April date to get here and for them to fight. We saw Dana. I don't know if you've seen it already. Dana came out, I think, on the Ariel. No, he hates Ariel. It can't be Ariel. It was someone else. It's someone else's show. And he came out and he said that, you know, since when have I let you people down? I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that this fight goes ahead. How realistic, how successful do you see Dana White being when it comes to this fight? Because this fight is seemingly cursed. It is seemingly cursed. Like, I mean, imagine you put this fight on for a 5th time. Both guys, at least so far, look okay, and then some freak virus is threatening to cancel it. I mean, it is Sod's law. Like, what do you think is happening?
Another one like Liverpool. Just Steven Gerrard sleep the year before they lose 1 game last year, can't win it. It's like something happens and Liverpool can't win this goddamn title. They keep getting close, but they can't get anywhere near it. That's like Khabib. You know what I mean? Khabib and Ferguson. We get close enough, just where we think, yeah, we got a fight on our hands. Some crazy shit happens. It's like the last time this shit happened, like something as stupid as Ferguson wearing his sunglasses and tripping over fucking cable wires, like threw the fight away, you know. And deep down, look, as a fight fan, I always say this as a fight fan, because you have to look from a fight fan perspective first.
Of course.
Yeah, we want to see this fight. A Khabib fan, you're nervous. And maybe on the inside, you're a little bit happy that this fight ain't really happening. You know what I mean? But on the other side, on the flip side, because there's two sides to that side, you know that if he goes on and win this fight, there nobody can say a goddamn thing about the fighter that wins it. So if you're Tony Ferguson's fan, you're thinking, oh Lord, if he wins this on the 12-win streak, there's what else could you say about Tony? And he's been deserving of it for everything he's been through, for being stripped, for the injuries, for the mental illness, that is Kombat, and his comeback stronger. I know you told that reporter to shut the fuck up, in the presser. I mean, even though the guy was trying to commend him for the way that he's come back into the sport and just handle the sport the way he has. I think he misunderstood him. But you watch him with the interview with Brett Okamoto, and Okamoto was trying to go there, and you saw him say, and he was trying to warn, like, bro, you go there, things can go off right here, right now, in front. I don't care. You know what I mean? And you get that kind of energy when you're around Tony. And people say, did he get Khabib riled up in that presser? Did he get him vexed? Did he get into his head? Tell me what your observations were, brother.
So on that point, and I want you to answer this question after I give my opinion, because you've asked the question first. Who do you think is more scared of who? Now, I want you to hold on to that while I say this. For me, I was very surprised with how agitated Khabib was. Very surprised. Especially when you compare it to how cool he was with Conor up until the fight day. He was so cool, no matter what this crazy man was saying at him, some of the most hurtful, horrible things, he was damn near racist things he was saying to him. There was not even the demeanor held. It held. But for Tony, genuinely seemed irritated by him, like calling him a stupid, like this man's so stupid, stupidity, and even to the point where Tony like put his interim title down on the floor, right, staring at Khabib. Khabib kicked it. I said, "Get that shit out of here." And I'm like, you really are irritated, and I feel like.
But hold on. Let's moonwalk back a little bit. We've seen somebody do that same thing before. One guy done that same thing before when Bobby Knuckles won the interim champion.
Mr. Michael Bisping, yes.
Walked right into the cage, snatched that thing right out of his hand and threw it away and say, yo, look upon this. This is the real thing. What the fuck is that? Throw that thing away. You know what I mean? So we've seen if you're a real champion and you believe that you're the real deal, you're the one carrying the real thing, yeah, you don't want to see that nonsense, especially if you're fighting another challenger, maybe a number one contender or somebody that wants to fight for the interim. You can do that. Somebody that wants your interim belt. But when you bring that shit in front of a real champion, they're thinking that shit there is inferior, man. Don't bring that in front of me. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Dash that out of here. And we've seen Michael Bisping, who we both fuck with, you know what I mean, on the Believe You Me podcast. We both fuck with him. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've seen him do that. And he did that to Bobby Knuckles. So it's not like uncommon. What Khabib did is just another characteristic, another layer in a champion that really believes in himself, you know, to show his opponent that, listen, that thing there ain't worth shit. This is the real gold right here.
I agree. For me, I was. See, I'll tell you what. Before I say anything, let me go back to my question. Who do you think is more intimidated by who?
Right. I've got to say this. I don't think neither are intimidated of each other.
Okay.
Right. But in a certain set of rules of the fight game, right, which is probably what got Khabib vexed the most. Like, bro, you ain't never been in no street fight. You live in America, but like, what do
Yeah,
you lot know
I
about street fight?
really got on it, bro.
Like, bro, what you lot know about street fight? You got CCTVs everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, what do you lot really know about street fights? Like, you ain't never been in no real street fight like that. Stop lying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from Dagestan. Like, this is what we do on a daily basis, type of thing. You get me? So, that's probably the bit that really riled him up. But for me, I can't sit down here and say Ferguson. I almost called him Fergie there. Ferguson is scared of Khabib because that guy is scared of nobody. That guy is crazy. I see this guy have a full-blown argument with Vanderlei Silva. Get up and try square up with him. Like, are you mad? This guy fears, you know what I mean? El Cucuy, they don't call him El Cucuy for no reason. Like, this guy, he's got a screw loose. He's off the chain. He's always off the hinges. He's like on the edge every time you're dealing with him. And I look at what he brings to the table. All kind of offenses. Have you heard Eddie Bravo talking to Joe Rogan about how they're training? How these guys got doses, all kind of doses in different kind of. Bro, that shit scares the fuck out of me, man. Like, you could want to do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That I'm almost happy that this fight is not happening. You know what I mean? Almost, but obviously I know I want the fight to happen just to get the undisputed out of the way. You know what I mean? And I want my guy to win it. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, this is the hardest fight by far that Khabib is ever going to face.
They are the two best lightweights in the division.
Absolutely.
It's not even a discussion. I don't give a damn. Connor's hype. This is it right here. This is it.
You tell me any other division in UFC history where anybody has a 12-win streak and hasn't had a title fight.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
There's no other division. That division is crazy.
For all of boxing faults, and I admit boxing has a lot of faults. For all of boxing faults about they don't make the big fights, and I'm sorry, I could see well there, or Adam now. He doesn't have the big fights and this, that, and the other, and I saw Dana's recently as last weekend say, boxing struggles to make the big fights. Like, bruh, yeah, cool. You still ain't made this fight yet. All right, you tried to and it's falling through, but it still ain't happened. This, to me, is the most important fight in MMA history in about 15 years.
Bro, I see people actually suggesting that this fight is worth making it a one-fight card. Just the one fight. Charge motherfucker for that shit.
We're all at home.
I didn't say I'll pay for that. I'll pay to see. I will pay to see that shit. You know what I mean? Fuck the prelims, fuck the co-main event, fuck everything. One fight card. Just let these two guys let them do their thing, and then boom. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if I can. I don't know by the time everybody is ready to come back and do this fight, maybe September and that, you know what I mean? Connor's going to be there waiting for his chance. Khabib is coming back from Ramadan after this whole fucking situation is done. Like, you know what I mean? There's all kind of situations that will then arrive from not making it happen. There's a timing to this thing. You know what I mean? There's a timing to it. And I feel if we lose this timing, we're not really gonna get that fight. We're not gonna get it. And I want this fight, but at the same time, I won't be that mad if it doesn't happen. For obvious reasons.
Can I say one thing as we're moving forward?
Hi guys. Welcome.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. It was Verdum, not Vanderlei Silva.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Thanks for the correction, but you know who I was trying to talk about, innit? Yeah. Ferguson squaring up with Verdum. Like, I'm thinking, what the fuck is this guy? And Verdum was there speaking Brazilian to him. And the man's like trying to tell him, listen, I don't talk none of that shit. Talk what I can talk here. Let's get to it.
They're both as crazy as each other.
Yeah, man. So
and you must remember, this is the same Verdum who Kobe Covington run from.
Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh. Oh man. What's your opinion on 249, bro? Who do you think? I asked Ola the question in that press conference. It was interesting watching Khabib, and it was interesting watching Tony. And to me, I said to Ola, for me, I'm a bit worried for Khabib because he looked more agitated for this than he was for the Conor press conference. And where Conor was saying racist stuff to him, stuff about his religion and stuff, he was nice and cool. That's where I knew he'd kill Conor in that cage because he was so cool. I thought, bruh, you are in trouble as soon as that cage door shuts. And that's more or less what happened. Whereas he seemed more agitated. And I was like, oh no, bro, be easy, calm down.
I'm gonna take it. You know us in our boxing, right? I'm gonna take it back to like our boxing thing. One of the probably the greatest boxer of all time. Yeah, took this strategy going into his first title fight. Yeah, and that's Muhammad Ali. We all remember Sonny Liston, right? Killing people left, right, center in the ring. Everybody thought he was gonna kill Muhammad Ali in the ring. Yeah,
true,
right?
True.
Do you remember the fight got suspended? The first time they made the fight, it got suspended because he had high blood pressure, or the doctors didn't clear him because they said he was going mental. Muhammad Ali was going mental in that. That was all a trick. He said, right? He said, he said the reason why he did that was because when he looked at Sonny Liston wasn't scared of anyone. Yeah, Khabib's not scared of anyone. Yeah, he goes, he's been in prison. He's seen the hardest men. But what are the hardest men scared of? They're scared of crazy people. They're scared of someone who's not all there. Yeah, they don't understand someone who's not. Or they don't get it. They don't get why I'll beat you up 10 times and you still come back for more. They don't get that.
Klitschko Fury being an example.
They don't. Another one. They don't get. They really don't get it. Like how? Like, and they try to stay away from, rather than entice. Because once you entice that, you go into that world of craziness. They're used to the craziness already. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. They're so used to the craziness already. Yeah. El Kukui is deliberately doing all these things. He's just trying to and Khabib admitted himself. This guy's just a crazy. I respect him as fighter, but I don't. He's a crazy guy. I don't. He didn't understand.
No. He didn't say he's crazy guy. He said he's stupid guy. He's stupid guy. But, let's get the words right. Stupid guy. That's what I'm trying to.
I love it.
But you get it was lost in translation.
I've got my correction from you with Wanderley. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've got my correction from you for Wanderley. Yeah. Get my correction. He's stupid guy. Yeah. Stupid guy. You know.
Nah, stupid guy, but it's still the whole point. The whole point of him not like he looks at Tony and he doesn't get it.
He doesn't understand it. He even said it. He doesn't understand him. He doesn't understand why people love him so much that he comes across as a stupid guy.
And that's the bad thing for Khabib for me. That's my only thing.
That's my worry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm supporting Khabib in this. I like Tony, but Khabib's my guy in this, and I'm worried for him. Because to me, he's not acting normal. Because like you said, to me, if he's his normal self, stays focused, it'll be a hard, grueling fight.
Yeah.
I would pick decision. Now, honestly, few weeks out, I honestly don't know. I can't pick.
And we also know Khabib's favorite trick. Yeah. His favorite trick.
Yes, Ola just said the same thing. Because
once that next day,
they were talking about Darcy's and stuff. And in my mind, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a brilliant plan." Because my man loves leading. He loves leading with his head. He loves that.
Yeah,
loves that.
Yep.
The guillotines, Darcy's. He'd be real susceptible to that.
And remember how close Poirier got to
the guillotine? Yes, you're right. Ola mentioned that 2 weeks ago, actually. That's fair. You two think alike sometimes when you want to.
Mirror.
I mean, I've said it. Yeah, when I listen to someone like Eddie Bravo and the type of training that they do, and these guys got darts for days. Like, if you get away from these darts, you're literally walking into another dart. You're walking into his guard. I mean, Tony Ferguson don't just let people into his guard. When you think you're getting into the man's guard, it's a trap. Like everything is a trap. There's guillotines there. There's rear naked chokes there for you. These are rear naked chokes that you're going to get away from, by the way. Not one of those that you can keep calm and then you're going to get away from it. It's one of those that you're going to keep calm and end up passing out from if you don't want to tap. It's just one of those.
Sorry to interrupt. I will say this. I do think you'll be interested to see how the fight plays out because I think both are quite strong finishers as the fight goes on.
The problem with Khabib is it's not a submission artist. It's more of a ground and pounder.
Grinder. He's a grinder.
You know what I mean? Than what Tony can finish. Tony can finish, man. Like you could be standing, both of you could be in a clinch, and the next minute you're done from a clinch, just like that. You know, Khabib is the type of man that likes to rough a man up against the cage. That's Tony's wheelhouse. You know?
I think that this will be the first time we probably will see Khabib bleed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
What are you laughing for? I'm being serious.
Fam, it's a laugh of nervousness, blood. I've been honest. I've been honest right now. It's a laugh of nervousness. I am really nervous for my guy. I really am. I'm not fronting it, man.
You'll be busy. You'll be busy with elbows.
I know. I watched last night. I watched the Barbosa Ferguson fight.
Okay, yeah.
Look at Barbosa's face, yeah, when he hits him with the hardest shots. Yeah, look at Barbosa's face. He looks at him like, what the hell? You're still coming.
I can't even watch the Ferguson Cerrone fight because of how much he
like go watch Ferguson's seven last fights. They all look the same. They all look the same. Everybody come out with the same thing. So if Khabib does any better, it's a fucking result.
What was a good indication for how this fight could play out was actually the Kevin Lee fight. Because he's a wrestler. And a wrestler who you would have thought to yourself, okay, this is a guy that could cause Ferguson problems. And he did, briefly. But then Kevin Lee being Kevin Lee... I got my own issues with Kevin Lee.
You feel just the way I do. He's got
so much talent. He just pisses me off. He pisses me off. Kevin Lee, right? But he eventually ground him down and did his thing and deserved to win that fight. And that is son. That is why I can't pick a winner in this particular fight.
It's hard to pick a winner in this fight. No.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem with this fight, right? Khabib likes to take people down. Tony likes to be on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, is it still hard to pick the winner or not?
I personally think it more favors Tony than it does Khabib.
Why?
Personally, I think 60-40 to Tony.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you taking the piss, blood?
I don't hate the pick.
No, bro. They're talking about 60-40. So you're telling me that Tony is the favorite going into this fucking fight. If you're telling no. Well, this is where you gotta back what you say, bro. If you're saying man 60-40 going into the fight, are you telling me that Tony Ferguson is the favorite going into this fight? You wouldn't even put it even Steven.
Maybe it's his favorite.
In my eyes,
you wouldn't even put it even Steven.
Listen. In my eyes, everything Khabib will do will fall into it. It helps Tony be better. Like the head. Do you know? With the head.
All right. Okay. So let me ask you one more question because this is come from somebody that works with him. Okay. Do you know that Tony likes to throw away rounds?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Okay. So that comes to what you say about decision earlier on, Chig. Yeah. So that comes back to what you say about decision earlier on, and you can't literally tell me that. Hold on. Let me finish.
Land.
So you can't say, yeah, that one man outworks the other man on the ground, because we both know both men are hard workers on the ground, right? So if Tony throws away rounds and Khabib is already capitalized on them rounds, and then come in them later championship rounds, and we're talking decision here, right? So you're going to tell me, right, that both of them working on the ground wherever it is that the fight goes, because I still think Tony. I think he'll squeeze the decision.
Can I say one thing?
With champions advantage as well. Just with champions advantage as well. It might be close, but with champions advantage. How about that?
Because your points, I wanted to take apart your points before you actually landed, because for me it was flawed. First off, yeah, who did Tony take rounds off against, and what was their cardio like? Because I think Tony works for a reason. Tony, if he's taking a round off, he knows whatever you're doing ain't gonna do nothing to him, and I'll meet you in the next round. Don't worry, I'll catch up. And he does finish him, right? All those he's taking rounds off, he's finished them, right? Right?
But he ain't fought man like Khabib yet.
Listen.
This is what I'm trying. He ain't fought man like Khabib yet.
You don't even let me land.
You're saying.
Listen.
You ain't fought man like Khabib yet.
Let me land. I let you land.
Land, brother. Land, brother. Land.
Okay. All right.
Always.
Making me laugh.
Always.
Well, the thing is, right? I think it's who you fight. It's who you fight. You kind of fight to that level, or you kind of give them the advantages. Go like, so I don't think he's gonna take a round off against Khabib. I don't think he'll be dumb to take a round off against Khabib, because Khabib never slows down. So he'll be dumb. But the other guys he's fought, everybody knows every one of them slows down in certain spots. So he's
You see, this is where you're wrong. You don't think he'll take a round off against Khabib. Tony don't even know what he's gonna do. He's that crazy, blood. Tony don't even know what the fuck he's gonna do in a fucking fight.
Did you not hear what Eddie
You know
Bravo
what I mean? That guy is that loopy.
Listen. Did you not hear what Eddie Bravo said? Ever since I got with Tony, all we've been training for is Khabib. Forget all the other fights. We fight them, but all we've been training for is Khabib. Why do you think all the DAS chokes, all of these, it's all for Khabib? We've been doing Khabib from day one. So we know
when all that work comes into nothing, then what? We'll see. Let's hope that this fight happens. Let's hope that this fight happens.
Listen. I like that you like your guy Khabib. I get it. I get that you like your guy Khabib.
No, bro, I already made cases for Tony before you showed up, by the way. As Chig. I already made my case, and I told you that I'm nervous. I'm scared. This guy, I'd rather the fight didn't happen, but there's pluses to the fight happening. I already said that. You know what I mean? As a fight fan, you want the fight to happen. If you're a Khabib fan, really, you're not mad if it doesn't happen. But if it does happen and Khabib wins, there's an upside to it. I already said all of that. You know what I mean? So you got to look at everything from different perspectives. But what I'm trying to say is to like not even to come at 60-40 is ridiculous to me. You know what I mean?
Why?
Given what you said, that Tony knows that Khabib don't even slow down. And the man that Tony works with says Tony loves to throw away rounds. So I'll say 50-50. I'm saying 50-50. And I'm giving Tony a fair shake. I'm giving him a fair shake here. Yeah. I'm saying 50-50 going into the fight. I can't call it. He'd be mad to even sit down there and try and call this thing. Because Tony, all the things that you've said about Tony, yeah, they're right. But I don't even think this guy knows his own next move in the fucking octagon. Once he walks in there, there's certain fighters that know what they're going to do from this bit to this bit to that bit to that bit and get there. Tony literally does. You go and watch the pattern in which he fights. This guy don't know what he's doing. He's just executing things as it comes natural to him and as he's doing it. You know what I mean? And I respect that style because he's so unorthodox You can't train. It's hard to prepare for. You can't prepare for someone like Tony. I'm giving him his props here. I'm giving in his craziness. I'm using his craziness to give him his props. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's why I think it's so difficult to call this fight, because this guy does not even. It's hard to find somebody to prepare for, to wear your sparring partners to prepare for someone like Tony. There's nobody out there like him. There's nobody that does what he does at the rate that he does it, with the cardio that he does it with the perfection of the submissions that he's got. There's nobody in that division, maybe even the fucking whole of UFC, that does what Tony does. But at the same time, there's no real body that does what Khabib does the way he does it. And this is why this fight is so intriguing to me. I can't wait to see if it happens. Like I said, make it a one-fight card, and I will pay and I'll watch it. I'll pay my $19.99 and I'll watch that shit.
Come to your house. And I'll come to your house.
No, you're next. You're next, bro. Stop playing with me.
What's your pick then, Chig?
Honestly, I can't pick. I said to Ola. It's a hard pick, man. It's a hard pick.
It is, but you got look.
You can't go 60-40, man. You know what I mean?
I am going and only because every advantage of Khabib will fall into Tony's advantage. That's why. That's the only reason why.
Fair enough.
The first takedown.
I kind of agree with you. Because everything that Tony does is, there's a minefield in every move.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When he takes rounds off, is there a reason? Like Kevin Lee, the first round, he took it off because he knew Kevin Lee had stuff. Kevin Lee was going to tire out. He knew that. It was like, okay, do whatever you want. I'll lay back and just do whatever you want. Once you get tired, I'll start. That's how I felt. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Khabib is just full pelt the whole time.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think he knows.
His cardio is mad as well.
But he will know that. So he ain't gonna. I don't think he's gonna take a round off. I don't think so.
Well, that's where you think he'll win the fight, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's gonna. First off, yeah. Also, Khabib has never bled before. Some fighters, when they see blood, it changes them.
It's like saying Khabib has never had a street fight before. Now you say Khabib has never bled before. Have you seen this guy bleed before? So you're saying this guy that just spars and grapples with fucking big grizzly bears has never bled before, and is just going to be scared of blood?
Think about it.
Yeah?
Think about it.
Is that what you mean to tell me?
No.
Somebody that grapples, that fucking grapples all these Pakistani gangsters, he's just going to be scared of blood because somebody just scrape up his eyeball.
Listen. All right. Put yourself in this category, yeah. You just put yourself in this for a second. You're a fighter, yeah. You're the best in the world, yeah. You're going up against a guy who, when you said yourself, his last 11 fights or whoever, you look at their faces, they look like they've been in a train wreck, right? The first thing you do, you're a fighter yourself. You're fighting him now. You get cut. What's the first thing that pops into your head? In the ring, you're fighting him. You know you can beat him. In your head, you can beat him easily. Now you get round one, end of round one, you're cut. What's the first thing that's going through your head?
Blood in my eye. Yeah.
Come on, be serious. You're thinking, oh shit, this could go that route. You're thinking, oh shit, this could go that route.
So what about fighters that like to use the whole blood thing to their advantage? You know, with grappling and everything, all slippery and all of that. Because
all I'm saying is also based on
it likes to choke people out. And if you got a bit of blood, sweat, and all of that around you, you can literally slip out of them Darcys. If you know what you're doing, you can slip out of them guillotines. You can slip out of them rear naked chokes. You can turn the fucking.
Ask Kevin Lee.
Yeah, but there's Barbosa. You see, you're trying to put Barbosa and Kevin Lee into the realm, into the same caliber of ground game
No.
fighter
You said
like
sweat.
Khabib.
You said blood.
Yeah?
You said blood and
Yeah,
sweat. No
yeah.
escape.
So like, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't insult my guy like that, man. You know, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm saying
You know what I
you
mean?
said
I
said
show
blood
Tony a
and
lot of respect, man. You know what I
no.
mean?
Listen,
I ain't sat here to try and disrespect Tony once. And this is what I said to you about Joanna. I said this to you about Joanna the last time. You're doing it again. Yeah? Right? Respect. Yeah? Respect. Yeah? Mourinho already. Yo, respect. You can't do them things there, blood. You know what I mean? This is an undefeated champion, yeah. Fucking win streak upon win streak upon win streak. Beat him man convincingly. You know what I mean? Don't do that, blood. Please, don't do that.
Oh my god. This has turned into an unofficial 249 preview, but we're still gonna preview it. Hopefully we'll be
yeah.
We'll get to the weekend of that day where we
if it happens, we'll revisit it again, man. You know what I mean?
We'll
hopefully Ramadan kicks in quick.
I saw a video of Khabib and he said Dana's gonna announce it in the next couple of days.
Yeah,
his gym has just been shut down today. AKA gym has been shut down today. AKA.
Oh shit.
Yeah, their gym has been shut down today. You can't really file with nobody. Javier Mendez was talking about it earlier on about 4 hours ago.
He's training by himself.
So he's training by himself. So this is all the things that gets in the way of, because the what ifs, the questions, the excuses, the what ifs are already there. No, it doesn't, because it's not having a proper camp. Nobody's having a proper camp here. If Tony loses,
Tony don't need a proper camp.
Hold on.
Need a proper camp.
What did Khabib say? He said if Tony loses, you lot are going to make excuses for him. Oh, he's too old. Oh, they should have done this 5 fights ago. They should have done it 3 fights ago. Now he's catching Tony at the right time. You lot will make excuses for it.
Actually, you've reminded me of something. So let me backtrack. You've reminded me of something. I'm going back to say 50-50 now. I'm not 60-40 anymore.
No. Let's stick with your 60-40, bro. You made your bed, lie in it.
No.
Let's stick with your 60-40. Tony's 36. He's old. This, that, and Khabib already come out with all the excuses that you are gonna make for Tony. Yeah.
That's why.
You made your bed, lie in it. No, we stick with your 60-40 in it. No, I mean,
No. We're 50-50.
Oh, you want the moonwalk now, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I do want the moonwalk.
Oh my god.
I
do at 50-50. The age, as soon as you said the age, I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about
Khabib already made all of that excuses. Like this is what I'm gonna hear when I beat this guy. Excuses are gonna come from his people, from his camp, from his fans. You know what I mean? He already said that. So
you did say people are gonna say he's too old, or
they're gonna come with all kind of excuses. I caught him at the wrong time. Coronavirus made him not crazy as he usually is. It made him more stupid than he was. All kind of excuses. You know, I can see Will working up an excuse in his mind right now.
No.
Oh, you already moonwalked 10%, blood. You know what I mean? And now you want to sit here and tell me no. You've already moonwalked 10%.
So let me ask you guys this. What do you think the solution will be in the end for 249? I think it will be Dubai. But what do you guys think? Dubai's
got coronavirus too, bro. This thing is a worldwide pandemic. It's still a worldwide pandemic, and the World Health Organization are the ones that's governing this whole sports being shut down. Like, this is a multi-billion-dollar sport, and Dana did say we're gonna do everything to do it. But if we can't do it, he's already talking like we're not canceling it. We'll be postponing it. Dana already addressed that. I don't know if you saw him on Instagram Live with Usman about 3-4 hours ago. He went on Instagram Live because Usman was talking about this. Yeah, Usman was asking him all these questions. Because Usman is Khabib's teammate, the under Abdulaziz umbrella, and he was asking about all of this stuff. That this is the question that everybody wants to know: what's going on with 249? You know, what's going on with this whole coronavirus thing? How are you going to look after your your fighters and all your members of staff. And then I said, all my staff was good. Every fighter is gonna get paid, even if they're not fighting and they can't do it. They're gonna get paid. Yeah. He already came out and said that. You know, everybody's getting paid. See this as a big national vacation. You know, enjoy your family, do what you can do, and if you can fight, come out and say you can fight, and we'll try and put something together for you. This is what Dana said earlier on. So he said this on the live Instagram. Yeah, he said he's gonna do everything he can to make sure the fight happens. But if we can't do it, we will postpone it. But this fight is happening. That's what Dana said.
If it was any other fight and who said that, I'd believe him. It's just this fight. It's just seemingly,
bro. From the day that this fight got made, how long have we been saying it? Don't jinx it. We can't even get excited about it. We can't even get excited about this fight. Let's wait till the weigh-in. On the weigh-in, let's just pray they get to the fucking octagon. You know, because this fight is fucked. You know what I mean? He's been fucked for a long time.
It's just typical. It's like we've been waiting for so long. This is the 5th time. You think, all right, it's absolutely going to happen, right? You even heard Bisping a few times. He said it will 100% happen. And in my mind, I was like, I wish you would stop saying that. And then all of a sudden, some freak, a virus stops every single sport in the world, including this particular event. It's just like, come on. So I'm hoping Dana could find a way. I'm not sure how he's going to.
And Dana did say, even when one further and said, we will be the very first sport to be back on national television. Everybody's going to see us before they see any other sport happening. So he's trying to push out all the boat to make sure that they're back making money, doing what they're doing, and giving the fans what they want to see. So yeah, you know, I'm happy with the break because we want our fighters to be healthy. We don't want nothing to happen to them or their loved ones, because obviously that adds extra pressure to what they have to do, as if it's not hard enough. But at the same time, you know, we all want the fight, and I'll take it. If Dana can do whatever he has to do to make the fight happen, I'll take it, even if it's a one-fight card. And that's the extreme. And he didn't rule it out neither. He didn't rule it out. So that goes to show you how much they tried to make it, to make sure that they get this fight, you know, to happen.
Your girl said the same thing. Tatiana said the same. She would pay for it just for one fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was looking fine when she said that as well. Trust me.
Yeah.
I just say that because
I fucks with Tatiana, man. You get me, so yeah, man.
Let's very, very, very briefly talk about boxing. Obviously, we're talking about something that's happening in April. What do you guys think about the 3 boxing events that?
Hold on. Before you get into that, can I ask you boxing? You two are boxing connoisseurs. Can I ask your opinion on this whole Fury, the drugs, and
I was going to leave that to last, but go on then. No.
I need to ask both for you. Man. You know what I mean? What's going on there? And if that's the case, does Dylan White need to, you know, from what I heard Eddie Hearn talking about, you know, yesterday and today, does Dylan White need to be deserving of that WBC? Yeah, lead the way, brother.
I'll let you go with that, Mister.
Okay, I'll start from first off. How long ago was that test taken?
215. I'm hearing something like that.
What was he boxing then in 215?
No, he was banned. He was banned.
Yeah, so that's that. See, that right there just tells you at that time he was banned. So whatever he was doing when he was banned, he wasn't in boxing. It should not count. Personally.
So hold on. One question before you go in it. So when Jones was banned and he was taking whatever drugs, so he came back and pissed hot in the next fight, but they said that drug is being there from the period of 2 years or whatever, and it was picograms. This new testing thing can now find stuff that can now find stuff that has been in the system for so long. Are they using the same testing system that can find something that's been in the system for a long time?
Can Can I answer that? Since he's
I'll
on me,
let you answer. I also have an answer. But go on.
All right. First of all, John tested positive after he fought Cormier. There wasn't a break. He wasn't suspended or anything like that. He tested positive after Cormier. Everything that happened afterwards, yeah, it didn't matter. He tested after Cormier. He was still in the fight season then. So
then he was banned.
Yeah, then he was banned.
Then he fought Gustafsson and tested positive.
Yeah, you're back once you're back in fight zone. We test you, and you're back.
Yeah,
in
but
the
they're
fight
saying
season.
the drug they found in the system was from back then when they fought Cormier.
Yeah.
That's what Nowitzki was saying. So I'm saying, are they using the same kind of
Dude, they moved the whole venue for John Jones. I think they bent over backwards for John Jones too much. Yeah?
Goddamn.
So please don't compare John Jones to Fury. They're two different categories.
And let me kind of add.
No, I'm not comparing them two together. I'm saying the drug, the kind of testing pool and the testing
John was
machines that they use. Is it the same type of thing that can find something that's old in the system? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. I'm not comparing both of them.
Let me give my opinion on that as well. Also, this particular accusation isn't because of a failed test. It's as things stand, it is an accusation from a randomer that has basically said that he was asked to do something by somebody on Fury's team. That's all. That's the only thing that's come out. So it's not like we found a secret test.
We found nothing.
In which Fury pissed hot. It's just someone making an accusation, essentially, around a period of time in which who's already served a suspension. And you know me, I'm not really one for defending Fury. I've become a bigger fan recently, but I don't really give to that. I don't really care if he this is hot or not.
Yeah.
To me, I'm more suspect about why this story has suddenly come out now that he's bashed up Wilder. Call me suspicious. I feel like this is some PBC shit where all of a sudden they've randomly found this geezer all of a sudden who was asked to do this thing 5 years ago and has suddenly come out now that Fury's had all this success. Even if, and apparently UCAD are investigating this, Fury's already said, listen, he's got 2 fights and he's out anyway. And he's got a contract that means that he has to fight away from the UK anyway. You've already heard Eddie Hearn say that the likelihood is if they do a unification bout, it will be in Saudi Arabia. You are anyone who thinks it's going to be in the UK is deluded. It will be in Saudi Arabia. 100%.
Tell him, Chris. Tell him, Chris.
Right?
I'm our best of British.
So I feel like, to me, the 2 fights are simple as this: the Wilder 3 fight, Joshua, and he's out. I think
it won't be even Joshua. I don't even think he'll fight Joshua. I don't think, because just think about this. Outside of England, 2 English fighters fighting outside of England. Think about this. And this is Mr. Eddie Hearn. I'm bringing British boxing back.
Okay. I think it will be. I must admit. I think the pressure, the money, I think will be too much to be able to say no to. I mean, ultimately, if someone gives you 100 million to fight someone you know you could beat anyway, you're going to take it.
I get that.
I mean, hell, I've never boxed anywhere near that level. I would take it. Do you know what I mean? I'll sit there and get sparked out by AJ for 100 mil. 100%, not a problem. So I feel like, I know Fury acts like he don't care about money. Ultimately, you got kids. You care about money. If someone gives you 100 mil, you're taking that. So
that's true.
I feel like the offer will be too much to not take that offer. And I think he'll beat AJ. As much as I love AJ, I think he beats him. I've always said I think there's 2 people at least that beat AJ. Usyk is one of them, and Fury is another. Purely because
I still think Deontay will beat him.
Huh?
I still think Deontay will beat him.
I think you overrate Deontay. I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I think we've had this debate before. We know this already.
I know. I'm just saying people are trying to like compare Fury to. Yeah, but you guys are trying to compare Fury to Joshua, and you have to understand.
Listen, I don't think necessarily Joshua would beat Wilder in the same way. But you are smoking if you don't think that at some point in the fight, Joshua don't back him up the way Fury did. Well, not in the way Fury did, but
Joshua was scared of flipping Ruiz even in the rematch.
Bro, we're talking about one fight.
He was
severely underestimated the opponent.
No, in the rematch. Oh no, in the rematch. I'm not about the first fight. The rematch.
In the rematch, again, we've had this debate. He fought him in a way that I would expect.
Chig, you're talking to the biggest AJ hater. Yeah. So you're not gonna get through. You're not gonna get through. Yeah. So stop wasting the people's time. All right. Try to get through on AJ's positive with this guy. AJ could have 10 positives, and this guy will say he got none. All right. So let's talk about Tyson's glove and how they said Tyson tampering his glove. I think that's a better topic than trying to convince this guy to see a positive in AJ.
Wait a minute. I get what you guys are saying. But
no, you don't. We know you're AJ hater. You know what I mean?
No. You said, Chris, you said it yourself.
Here. You don't.
Chris, you said it yourself, right?
We know. You know.
Hang on. Chris, you said it yourself. Fury is the best boxer, right? How did Fury make Klitschko look like? How did Fury make Klitschko look?
Yeah, he made him look like an amateur, but Fury makes a lot of people look like an amateur.
But that's my whole point. Why are we comparing?
No one's comparing it. No one's comparing him. But you're saying, it's impossible for AJ to beat Deontay because, look, you can't compare the way Fury beat. I don't see what Fury.
No. I'm saying that based on the fact that AJ went the rematch with Ruiz, when he got punched, his reactions were to go in, hug, cuddle, like it was scariness. Right? The old AJ would have backed him up.
Of course,
the old AJ would have backed him up. Now this scared AJ cannot fight Wilder. This scared AJ cannot.
So hold on. You want to use the term the old AJ? What's the difference between this AJ and the old AJ that you're talking about? One lost to Randy Ruiz. So the old Deontay. Let's talk about the new Deontay.
No, not the loss.
That could potentially be fighting AJ. No. What the rematch? Because Deontay's had to fight to Fury. I think he lost both.
Yeah,
AJ only lost one. AJ only lost one.
Nobody's still getting my point. Nobody is really.
All right. You focus on the rematch. Focus on the rematch. Do you believe AJ won that rematch?
Yeah, he did. I'm saying the way he looked when he first got hit by Ruiz in the rematch, was like, I don't want this. It was just telling. He was.
This is where I think we disagree, because I know we had this conversation before, right?
Yeah.
For me, of course he was scared, because in the first fight, clearly it shocked him. His ability, everything about it. He probably thought to himself, "Blimey, I don't want to get into a shootout with this geezer. Let me just box him on the back foot." Which is what
who wants to get hit in the equilibrium twice behind the ear? You know what I mean? Who wants that?
You don't want that.
Like, come on.
So much pressure on him.
You either gonna do your shit sensibly. You know what I mean?
I completely understand why he took the approach and probably thought, you know what, boy, I don't want that again. But to me, unless he fights Pulev like that, which I don't think he will. I think. Listen, Boots said it in the chat room. To me, unless Deontay learns how to jab, there ain't no way he's keeping AJ off him. Yes, I think he's got a hell of a punch. And while he's in there, AJ has a soft chin. So if that punch connects,
it might catch him.
It's a wrap.
You have
to catch him first.
But on points,
and AJ's not an amateur.
Like I said, we've said this time and time again. AJ is an Olympic fucking champion. He knows how to fucking box. And people keep taking that away from him. And when he goes back to that route, they say he's scared. But when Fury does it, he's a fucking hero. I don't fucking get it. He fucking does a fucking heading. You know what I mean? Fucking ridiculous.
Yo, calm down. Calm down.
I am calm, bro. I'm calm.
Joshua's nowhere close to Fury's level.
I do think
Joshua is nowhere close to Fury's level. Joshua is
I
nowhere
didn't say
close to Fury's
it's
level.
close to
Nowhere.
Fury's level. I just said when he does the same type of fight. I just said when he does the same type of fighting style, it's good for one man, but it's not good for the other guy. One guy gets ridiculed for doing that style, and one man gets praised for doing that style. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
The greatest boxer of all time got silver. The greatest boxer of all time got silver in the Olympics. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean that whatever you did.
It does mean that he knows how to box. It does mean that he knows his way around the ring. It does mean that he knows how to fight on the outside. It does mean that he knows how to jab a man out.
Deontay won the bronze in the Olympics. Does he know how to box?
Does he didn't win.
Does he know how to box?
Clearly not.
Clearly not. But he won the bronze.
He knows how to knock people out. But clearly not.
Was he knocking people out in amateurs? No, he wasn't. They had headgears and everything on. He wasn't knocking anybody out.
So this is what I'm trying to say to you. See, you're moonwalking on your own point, right? I'm saying to you, that when one guy does that style, you say he's scared. I'm not saying Deontay can't do it. I'm not the one saying Deontay is scared in the rematch, even though he's the one fucking looking scared in the rematch versus Fury, right?
He was scared. He was scared. He was looking scared. After he got knocked out, he was looking scared.
This is what I'm. So what I'm trying to say to you, is when one guy does it, you can't give praise for one guy that does it, and then when somebody else does it, you say he's scared. It's no sense. No fighter, in my eyes, is scared. If you get in that ring professionally, you're in there for one reason only, because you believe you can beat that fucking guy. That's why you're in there.
To me,
I never see any fighter as a fighter scared.
I take a slightly different
professional like that
issue with your point, and that's for me. If you go into the third fight and Wilder gets hit or backed up and he looks scared I wouldn't blame him. He'll start having flashbacks of the second fight. So he'll want to. Where I will give him credit is if he sees himself backing up, regardless of whether he looks scared or not, adjusts and wins that fight, which is exactly what AJ did. He clearly had some.
I'll give you that.
He clearly had some.
And a good comparison as well. A good comparison as well. It's Paulo Costa fighting Yoel Romero the way he did, and Izzy fighting Romero the way he did. It's not because Izzy is scared. You can't say he's scared. He's not fucking scared. He's being sensible in the way he did to get out there with his fucking title. Right? He risked a couple of moves, and Romero showed him that if
with Izzy, but it's not because I think he was scared.
It's not because he was scared. You got to go in there and get out there with your championship without taking all the fucking risk. Come on, and that's what AJ did. Go in there, get out with your championship without taking the risk. Saying he's scared is a wrong word. It's a word that it's just something that I take exception to. I don't think he's scared. Like, scared, far from it. These guys are professional fighters. It's what they do. They train killers. You know what I mean? Scared is not even in their vocabulary, in their dictionary. You know what I mean?
Not until you get hit. Not until you get hit. Ask Tyson, he'll tell you.
Maybe not until you get hit. But Tyson was getting hit to the point where he beat somebody's ear off. Was he scared? I'm asking Tyson. I'm asking Tyson. There you go.
Fair point. Okay, well, I guess that kind of covers everything. Because literally, we have no fights to preview or talk about, but we're still going to try and give you shows.
Are we doing Sunday?
Close out, because obviously we're kind of like.
Bro, you're not invited on Sunday, blood.
Let me close out. Go on.
Okay. How can I say this? Well, I'll start with I hope the Khabib fight happens. Another fight, also another boxing fight. I was also interested in hearing what was going to happen was Usyk Chisora, because for some reason I give Chisora a chance. You know,
me too. I give
for
him
some
more
reason I get
my brain is allowing me to accept.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking exactly like you are.
I'm the only one going with Usyk here. Then you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no.
I think
Don't get me wrong.
Chisora
Don't get me wrong. I'm Usyk. It's just I've got a feeling that one overhand back. Oh, you could just
Jesus. So we got another Romero situation here, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got another Romero situation here. But you're gonna come back and say Usyk was scared. You know what I mean? If he tries to fight Chisora sensibly, you're gonna say, oh, he was scared. Oh, that one overhand, right? If he licked it, oh, he was scared. Nobody wants to get hit behind the head.
Ola, I want you to do me a favor, yeah? I want you to do me a favor and understand what scared.
No, man, you're out of favors, man. You're out of favors. I've been doing you favors all your life, man. You're out of favors, bro.
I want you to have both your phones. Yeah, playing simultaneously. Andrew Ruiz versus Joshua 2, yeah, and Mayweather versus Canelo, yeah.
You see, I told people I had half of them. Now you just told the whole world I got 2. What's wrong with you, man?
I was gonna say, I only have one.
You know, put my blast this shit. I'm only fucking with you, bro. I love you, bro. I'm only fucking with you, man.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is Mayweather's fought that way many times, but he's never looked scared. I get what you're saying. The belt that we having the belt, losing it and trying to get it back.
Changes things.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just I just felt in that moment that this guy can never ever really take a punch again, because he looks like that risking kid. That kid that risked it all against White. Yeah, it's not there anymore, if you get what I'm saying. Because White also buzzed him.
He was never going to be. He was never going to have a successful.
Listen, White buzzed him, but he went forward. Klitschko dropped him on the canvas. He still went forward. This is the only one that he's halted.
This is
That's
where
the problem.
Let me take a minute to remind you. Hold on. Deontay dropped Tyson.
Let me get this down.
And he came forward.
I think this is why Ola was trying to put it in his way, right? To me, right, he was never going to have a long-term career marching forward and getting
okay.
It's never going to happen. I think there is nothing wrong necessarily if you get hit in the face and say to yourself, boy, I don't like that. So let me take a couple of back steps. Let me adjust what I'm doing. This at the end of the day, this is about hitting and not getting hit. And
it is boxing, yeah.
To use your comparison, he ain't going to be Mayweather on this. He ain't even going to be Fury on this, because Joshua don't fight like that. But if you don't fight, and this is where I give him a lot of credit for fighting in that rematch more than most, because if you don't fight like that and you work out in your brain, maybe this is your opinion. The only way I'm realistically going to beat a guy that has faster hands than me is by long jab, hit, move. Make this a boring fucking.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Can I say my piece before you go on to your quick question quickly? Yeah.
Go on.
Now you've explained it a little bit further than Ola did. All Ola kept saying after the Joshua fight was, if Mayweather does that, do you guys complain? If Mayweather does that, do you guys complain? He didn't do a Mayweather. He did not do a Mayweather. That's my whole point. My whole point is everyone's saying it like, oh, he did this, and he didn't though. He didn't do a Mayweather. We can watch Mayweather over and over again.
It doesn't necessarily have to do a Mayweather.
I know, right? But it's how you put it.
If he fought defensively, and he didn't really stay defensive neither. He still came forward with jabs, stinging jabs. He cut Ruiz. You know what I mean? You don't fucking not cut he cut Ruiz. You know what I mean? So, and that obviously played in his favor as well. And can you remember how Stipe knocked out Wanderlei Silva?
I can't remember the fight, to be fair.
Stepping backwards.
Verdum. You confused me there again.
Right. Moving backwards, when they won the title the first time round. When they first won the title, this guy was stepping backwards. It was almost like it was running away from Vadum, and all of a sudden, bloop, the man drops on the floor, just like that.
On the back foot, to be fair, Stipe.
So just because some fighter is taking a step backwards doesn't mean they're scared. This is what I'm trying to say about the scared, the word scared that you're using with two heavyweight fighters in a fucking ring. The word scared, it's not really in that mindset. It's not really in that mindset.
He looked.
It might look.
He looked. Not saying he's scared. He looked.
You can say he looked. You know what I mean? That man there in there.
To play devil's advocate, Ola, even Francis, when he fought Derek,
yes, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's why he felt that he fought in the way he did. To me, though, in support of Ola, that to me further lets me know that AJ did the right thing, because in his mind he was like, he didn't freeze on the spot like Francis did.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
What he did was, okay, wow, I've just taken one of them right hands. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjust the game plan, go back to plan A. Let me not get into a war with this guy. He's clearly got... Because every time he engaged, he took 2 or 3 shots. I'm like, bro, step back, please. Right? And so eventually he started stepping back, using his jab, 1 shot.
We've already said it. When something as important as belts and titles are involved, it's a whole different kind of mindset that you used to approach the fight. And I just I think, look, those 3 top heavyweights, and I include Dylan White in this as well, literally can do damage at any time, any given time in the fight. All of them can do damage. It's just who catch who sleeping at the best of time, and that's it. They can all look. This is why the heavyweight division is the most unforgiving division out of all the division in combat sport. They get it worse the most. You know what I mean? That's why when they ask Jones, like, why you move to this? Like, I'm trying to protect my brain. Well, you think I'm trying to get into the heavyweight to you know what I mean? To get my brain get bashed about. Like, no,
every shot could drop you. I know that. I understand that. I understand. And maybe I am being a little bit too harsh on
you.
AJ.
You are, bro. I've been telling you this for fucking.
I'll hold my hands up. I'll hold my hands up and say,
I've been telling you, thank you. Finally, I dragged it out of you live on air. No, thank you. No, don't moonwalk now. Don't moonwalk now. You got there. You got there. Just embrace it. Embrace it. You know what I mean?
I am. I'm hugging it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Nah, it's just, I hate when everyone sort of makes out like, oh, AJ will do this. AJ will do that. They like, it's like, and Fury's there. Do you get what I'm saying? And Fury's there whilst everyone's talking, and it's like, calm down, everyone. Calm. This guy is way better than your guy. Calm
I will say
down.
this. Fury's the darling at the moment, and that's why I think he'll ride out this this potential drugs team.
I've been Team Fury since Klitschko. And Ola, when you wanted to bet me, I remember I told you I'm not bet. Fury's my man, Deontay's my man. You know how much I love Deontay, right? And I won't bet against Fury, right? Okay.
Who wins the 3rd fight for you?
As long as Wilder still got that bang, anything can happen. But Fury, it's Fury all day. But Wilder still got that bang.
It's got to be.
Fury all day, but Wilder still got a puncher's chance.
All right, guys.
That's all I give him.
We've given you a solid hour, 20 minutes. I hope
Khabib all day, yeah. Khabib all day. Khabib all fucking day.
50-50.
No disrespect to Tony. 50-50, man. You get me?
Enjoyed the show. Please do stick a like on this video. Follow these guys. Their social is in the description below. As is our joint show Twitter, which is Ola Chig, at Ola Chig on Twitter. Go follow that. And
right down the screen.
No doubt, me, Ola, and Will probably will be back next Friday. So make sure you enjoy that. And we'll bring you. We'll talk about something. It ain't going to be a show, but there ain't going to be any UFC shows, but we'll talk about something. So
that's always something to talk about.
We could talk about Chisora, Usyk. We could talk about who's White fighting again?
White Povetkin.
Yeah, we could talk. You see, we
Yeah,
got loads to talk about.
We've got potential.
Yeah, man. We'll talk about Woodley Kobe. You know what I mean? See how that develops. You know what I mean? See how that develops. Cause that's been hitting up a little bit. You know what I mean? Leon Edwards not really getting the fight. You know, there's lots to talk about.
I feel sorry for your boy, Chris. Because he might get the title. He might not get a title shot a long time.
He can't sell a fight. That's the reason.
Because this was his breakout one.
I still think he smokes Woodley. I don't care. I think he smokes Woodley.
But let's leave it till next Friday, man. Let's leave it till next Friday.
Oh man! But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please do subscribe. Numbers are rising. I see it. I know our last show was our most viewed show, our review. So it was our most viewed show by far. So
yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that checked that out, man.
Thank you, everyone.
Please do continue watching the show, giving the show support. Also, guys, stay safe out there. Genuinely, wash your hands, shower, be clean.
Isolated.
You know, stay isolated, and
Ola, don't come to my house.
Well, I'm coming to get a shot of vodka, man.
Oh my gosh. I know that. I'll see you guys Friday, all right? God willing.
All right.
Take care, yeah?
Salute.
Easy.